The Porter Wagoner Show, starring Porter Wagoner and the Wagonmasters, with Speck Rhodes, Norma Jean, and guest star Tex Ritter.
Well, sir, hello, Slick. Hello, Steve, man. Have we got a fine guest today, haven't we? And a real good show lined up, haven't we?
I reckon we have, for a fact. His old boy's been looking for a home a long time. Porter Wagoner.
All right, then. Howdy, neighbor, howdy. Howdy, neighbor, howdy. Get out and come right in. We'll make a bowl of gravy to sop your biscuits in. Boil a pot of coffee. We're gonna bake a big fat hen. Cook enough country ham to feed 100 men. Drive your wagon in the yard and turn your donkey loose. Kick old T out of the way and watch that biting goose. So howdy, neighbor, howdy. Come in and sit right down. Tell us about all the news, how are things in town. Donkey loose. Kick that old hound out of the way and watch that biting goose. So howdy, neighbor, howdy. Get out and come right in. We'll make a bowl of gravy, sop your biscuits in. Boil a pot of coffee, we're gonna bake a big fat hen. Cook enough country ham to feed 100 men. That's mighty fine. Buck Trent there in the old 5-string. You know, our guest for today, I could stand here and talk for, I guess, the next half hour or so about this fellow because he's one of the greatest entertainers of all time. And we're so happy to have him take time out and come from way out in the West Coast to visit us. Here he is, the one and only Tex Ritter. Come out here, Tex. Tex, it's so nice to have you come visit with us.
Thank you very much. We're delighted to be with you.
You're just looking real good, and it's real fine to have you come back. T and everybody on the show is enthused about you being here.
Well, I'm happy to see him again. Looks prosperous, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. By the way, you brought a new song with you, too, to do for us, didn't you?
Well, it's fairly new. It's a song that we recorded recently. It's an Eddie Miller song. I don't know. It's been out several weeks.
All right. How about telling us a little about it?
Well, there's an old saying in Oklahoma that a fellow that's been in the penitentiary there can go for 6 months, travel during the day and, travel during the night and sleep in the daytime and go from one end of Little Dixie to the other. And Cookson Hills is in part of this section of Oklahoma, and that's the name of this song. We hope you like it. Here in old Oklahoma, deep in these old Cookson hills, the home of the outlaw, bootleggers and my sweetheart was kidnapped by a wild outlaw named Bill and carried away on the mountain so high, I hear her cry, it seems. Does he hold a gun in my sweetheart's side? Is that why she screams? Or is it her ghost that haunts me when the nights are so still? Or am I going crazy, searching these old Cookson hills? Now I'm growing old, I've been searching so long, and death will leave nothing but my weary bones. Now she stands above me with her arms around me, and they laugh while I'm dying here in these old Cookson hills. At night up on the mountain so high, I hear her cry, it seems. Does he hold a gun in my sweetheart's side? Is that why she screams? Or is it her ghost that haunts me when the nights are so still? Or am I going crazy, searching these old Cookson hills? That's old Cookson hills.
Tex, a wonderful job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, our next pretty girl singer coming out here, I thought you might like to introduce her. I know she's a favorite of yours, and she is certainly a fan of yours.
Don't you say it.
Well, yes, I've known her a long time. She's one of my very favorites. I've been in love with her for many years. Of course, she calls me grandfather, then that kind of ruins everything. But, she's a little Oklahoma girl that I've known for many years. And I have told her many stories of the West. Yeah.
Norma Jean, come on out here.
Yeah, she's mine.
Oh, goodness.
She's a great artist, too, this little girl is. She
Thank you, sir.
someday will possibly, I think, be one of the great girl singers of the country. She may be already, I think. She's one of my favorites.
So long you don't know it.
I would like to say give her a hand. I don't care what you do, but I'm going to give her one.
Thank you so much. I haven't had an introduction like that in a long time. The news is out all over town that you've been seen out running round. I know that I should leave, but then I just can't go. You win again. This heart of mine could never see what everybody knew but me. Just trust in you was my great sin. What can I do? You win again.
Mighty good, Norma Jean. Thank you very much. That is really wonderful. We'd like to do a little trio song for you now. Little Jack, you'll kick off one here titled I Cried Again. Teardrops fell the night you said I love you, dear, then you were wed. I watched you while you held his hand. Then I bowed my head and cried again. I cried again when I reached home. There sat your picture all alone. I thought of things that might have been. Then I bowed my head and cried again. I took your letters from the shelf and read aloud just to myself. And just before I reached the end, I bowed my head and cried again. I thought of nights so long ago, and all the love I wanted so. And then how fate had took a hand. Then I bowed my head and cried again.
Hello? Sadie? Howdy, honey. Yeah, hook me up down to Harry Beer's barber shop for a minute. Yeah. I cried again. Hello, Harry. This is Speck. You got a line up of them sitting down there, huh? Well, I want to come down and get a haircut directly. He is? Sam Appleton's in there? Oh, gone. Yeah, I remember he used to run the store up at the crossroads. Yeah. Yeah, he just like his grandpappy. He didn't go for any new modern fandangle ideas running stores. No. That's right. Yeah. I was in there one day and seen all them shelves loaded down with merchandise that's been there for the last, 30 years, I guess. I said to him, Harry, Sam, I said, why in the world don't you advertise, move this old stock out of here? He looked at me and said, advertise? He said, what are you talking about? I said, advertisement nearly ruined me once. He said, I advertised and the people started pouring in here and bought up everything I had in the shelf. I had to run them out. Yeah, like to put me plumb out of business. Yeah, he has. Oh, yeah, his old lady has got a stern face. She's a stern old girl, if you're asking me. Yeah, she's rough on him sometimes. That's right. She knocked him down with a rolling pin the other day. Yeah, and he had her took into court for it. That's right. She told Judge Quicktrip that she was a very peace-loving wife. Judge Quicktrip looked at her and said, well, if you like everything so peaceful, how come you hit Sam over the head with the rolling pin? She said, Your Honor, she said, I was a-fighting for peace and I got it. Yes, sir. She said, you never seen a more peaceful guy than Sam was after I hit him over that head with this rolling pin. Yeah. Well, I'll be down there after a while. Yeah. Get a haircut. Goodbye, Harry. So long.
Oh, you're going to go get a haircut. You can stand a little trimming around the edges there, by the way. Tex?
Yes, sir.
You have made many, many fine records that I can think of, just so many of them. But I believe this one that you're going to do for us now is a favorite of everyone, especially in the country music field. So how about telling us a little about it, will you?
Well, this is a recording that was made by a number of people some 6 or 7 years ago. I finally made it last year. and it's met with some degree of success, which we're very grateful for. We hope you might enjoy listening to it again. I dreamed I was there in hillbilly heaven. Oh, what a beautiful sight. Last night I dreamed I went to hillbilly heaven. Do you know who greeted me at the gate? The old cowboy philosopher himself, Will Rogers. He said to me, he said, Tex, the boss of the riders up here has kind of asked me to show you around. Right over yonder's a couple of your old compadres. My, was I glad to see them. Carson Robinson and the Mississippi Blue Yodeler, Jimmy Rogers. Yes, I dreamed I was there in hillbilly heaven. Oh, what a wonderful sight. He introduced me to Wiley Post. And he showed me the Hall of Fame with all the gold guitars and fiddles hanging on the wall. And then he said, Tex, step over this way. A couple of more of your friends I know you'll want to see. They're waiting for you. And there they were, standing side by side, smiling at me. Hank Williams and Johnny Horton. Well, I met all the stars in hillbilly heaven. Oh, what a star-studded night. Then I asked him who else he expected within the next, say, 100 years. He handed me a large book covered with stardust. Will called it the Big Tally Book. In it were many names, and each name was branded in pure gold. I began to read some of them as I turned the pages. Red Foley, Ernest Tubb, Gene Autry, Roy Acuff, Eddie Arnold, Tennessee Ernie, Andy Griffith, Porter Wagoner, Roy Rogers, Tex Ritter. Tex Ritter. That's when I woke up. And I'm sorry I did, because I dreamed I was there in hillbilly heaven. Oh, what a beautiful sight.
Tex, that's a beautiful job. Thank you very much. No one in the world could do that like Tex Ritter. So fine. Tex, we have, I know, worked you kind of overtime on the program today, but there wouldn't be nobody in the studio or nobody that watches our show happy unless you sang a little bit, at least, of one that you made famous many years ago, the Weevel song.
Well, the Weevel lamb, a little black pug up from Mexico, they say, always come to Texas, looking for a place to stay, looking for a home, looking for a home. Hey, the farmer say to the Weevel, what make your head so red? Weevel say to the farmer, It's a wonder I ain't dead. I'm looking for a home. Gotta have a home. The farmer taken the Weevel, put him in the red-hot sand. Weevel said, my dear heart, I'll stand it like a man. Be my home. This'll be my home. Ah, yeah. There's the sheriff, boy, old T. Hey, the farmer taken the weed, put him in the red-hot fire. Weevel said to the farmer, here, it'll be my home, this'll be my home, gonna have a home. I don't know if Brooks Brennan gonna like this or not, but farmer take the weed, put him in a lump of ice. Weevel said to the farmer, mighty cool and nice, it'll be my home. This'll be my home. That is, man. Anybody should ask you who it was that made this song. Tell a brother dark complected fella with a pair of blue duckins on. Got no home, no sir, ain't got no home, oh boy.
Tex, thank you so much. A wonderful job, man. Come back and see us again.
Thank you very much.
It's a wonderful entertainer, and Tex Ritter. Thank you very much. Speaking of Tex, come in here. It's time for us to go home. You know that?
Howdy, partner. Ought to be a moving on. Oh, I'm telling you, I enjoyed old Tex. Just looking for a home. Friends, that's about it for this time on the Porter Wagoner Show. This has been the Porter Wagoner Show, a half hour of good old country music and fun, featuring Porter Wagoner and the Wagonmasters, with Speck Rhodes, Norma Jean, and our special guest this time, the one and only Tex Ritter.